You both disappeared in your roles.
Thank
I did
you.
not see Ariana, I did not see Cynthia. I saw Glinda and I saw Elphaba on screen. You were remarkable.
Thank you.
And a lot of that comes from the physicality, the eye movements and everything, but also I think the way a character sings can inform you so much emotionally about who that person is. And you look at something like The Color Purple, Celie sings different from
Very,
Elphaba.
very different.
And Ariana, your voice in your own music is different from Glinda's voice. Can you speak about how emotionally what you find in a character through the technical decisions you make as a singer?
Yeah.
You start, please.
Okay, yeah. I think when you're handed a piece of music, the choice is then to figure out how your voice can connect with it and tell the most truthful version of it. And for Elphaba, I kind of always knew that I wanted her to be really grounded, really connected, earthy almost, which is very different from Celie, who I think is actually a little lighter than Elphaba.
Yeah.
She's more airy than Elphaba, and she has to find the ground, whereas I think Elphaba comes in with the ground already underneath her, and then has to find the air, which is
That gave me chills.
strangely,
That gave me chills
you
too.
know.
Jeez.
And so I think I was trying to work with my vocal coach and with the Stevens to find the way through that. How does she ascend? So when her first number is The Wizard and I, and she's kind of unsure and playful, but there's still something kind of I'll throw it away. It doesn't, until she gets to the peak, and then it's really open and wide. She doesn't open a lot until, like, Defying Gravity. The first time she does it is in The Wizard and I, for that split second, and then it closes up again, and it's softer again. And then she opens up again towards the end. And I think I just wanted to find the journey through that. That was, for me, like a technical decision. Not to be big all the time, to have her grow, so that when she does get that size on Defying Gravity, it lands. There's she's worked for it, you know? That was the sort of decision I had made, and I was allowed to make as well.
Thank you for sharing that. What about for you?
Yes. Well, for Glinda, the singing is just such a different style technically entirely from what I usually sing. So I just had to train with my vocal coach, Eric Vitro, because I wanted it to sound authentic. I wanted it to sound like I had been singing opera for years and not just for right now. And so it really took a lot of hard work to transform the muscles in my throat to know what they were doing. And I think it transformed them like somewhat permanently for the better.
Really?
I think I am able to sing healthier now, I think. Which is, it's really interesting. When you do spend more time singing in that classical way, it's better for your belt. It's always better for your whole voice, really. But it just took a while to train the muscles to know what they were doing so that I'd have the tools that I needed. But I think that's such an instrumental part of Glinda, is how she sounds. And I just wanted to honor the source material as much as possible while bringing my own tone to it and my own little choices when it felt authentic. And while we both were trying to find the balance between honoring what's written and then adding little isms here and there of ourselves to make it our own.
You know, one thing I find really interesting about the musicals is that the songs are narrative pushes. They're not just musical stops. They actually push the narrative forward.
That's right.
And for me, the most incredible emotional full circle, especially for the characters, is the moment in Defying Gravity when you're looking at each other in the eyes and you're singing You and I, Defying Gravity. I had absolute chills. And I'm wondering musically, as you're in that moment, what that feels like to be in sync with someone, and like how you figure out where your harmonies are going to go, or who's going to go high, who's going to go low. And I'm just so interested in that.
It's my favorite thing.
Go on.
No, I'm so sorry. It's my favorite thing. This is like our favorite thing about the score, is that in that moment, it's written so that Glinda, who usually takes the high harmonies, and is staying on the ground this time, switches and takes the low harmony, and Elphaba's flying away and she takes the high harmony.
That's right. I love that. That's one of my favorite facts as well.
We love it so much.
Love it so much.
We geek out.
It's the only time it happens
It's the only time it happens.
in the score.
What does that moment mean to you emotionally when you're in that moment and you feel that sync?
We were a mess that day.
Yeah.
We were a mess doing that.
Yeah.
And because we're singing it live, that's how we sound together. I just had a thought right now, and I thought to myself, if we were instruments, what would we be? I was like, you and Glinda would be a flute, and Elphaba, I think, would be a clarinet. together they're very, very different, but when you put them together, they work beautifully. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that's that. It's the moment that the two of them, in their difference, really come together. They really actually, their voices marry, even though it's the moment just before they have to split.
Oh my God.
So it's like that one, like, final moment of physical connection that they have before they have to say goodbye.
That's beautiful. Wow. I'll be the flute to your clarinet any day.
Yeah, I'll be clarinet to your flute.
Well, congratulations to both of you. This has been an honor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Thank you so much. Yeah, of course, we love the socks.